Hi guys, so today I'm going to talk about a topic I heard a lot of people discuss. I talked about in previous videos, talk a lot about on my mentorship, but never really given any context. And I was asked a couple of times this week what it is, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to make a video, a podcast on this to really dive in and just provide a bit of context. And that thing is a sales funnel. So a sales funnel is a conceptual thought process about putting together various elements of content and other bits I'll go into a bit of greater depth to allow us to work through those steps to ensure they're all present to bring people through the business. Now, that all probably sounds a bit like nonsense, so I will dive in as I kind of go through this, and hopefully by the end of it, you'll understand what these things are and how you can apply it into your own businesses to have some success, or at least streamline some of the processes. Now, just to be clear, every business has a sales funnel of some form, right? Whether we're aware of it or unaware of it, they exist. And I've heard a lot of people recently sort of push back on this concept of sales funnels, in the sense like, I don't have a sales funnel, and we all do. It's something that all businesses have, but we can be more aware or less aware of it. It's like everyone has charisma, right? When you talk, everyone has a level of charisma. Some people have just more than others. Some people have to have practiced and learned that. Other people have got it naturally, just from experiences they have in their life. But everyone has it. Everyone's got a level of it. Sales funnel very much exists in the same manner. So if we understand the conceptualization behind it, we can start to make those things better. So what is a sales funnel, right? A sales funnel is a way of people who have no idea who you are, who your business is, what your business is, and a way of bringing that through the funnel to the point in which they are exchanging their cash for services, in this case, coaching. And we're going to go through that. It's a funnel because people start at the top, they come out at the bottom, and ultimately that's the way we're gonna navigate these things. So when I talk about this funnel, I'm going to talk about the bigger bit, then I'm going to go into the content side of it, which is where most of us as coaches, anyone that's marketing on social media, is going to be thinking about. So from the top, where people have no idea that we exist, we have sort of the top of funnel. And this is going to exist within our marketing, typically within our content. So if you think of it like that, this is going to be content that's going to bring people into our funnel, and it's going to be the sort of thing that you're going to see on the explore page, the stuff that's going to attract you. It's going to be opinion based, it's going to be value based, it's going to be stuff that make you laugh, might make you think, might make you pissed off, but it's going to align you with that business. And that's going to kind of cause you to follow like them. Think advertisement, right? You may have never heard of this business, but you see something that makes you aligned to them and go, I'm gonna follow along, right? Whether that's the act of actually pressing follow on social media, or that's just at least the awareness that business exists in the first place. Now, I'll leave content out for this moment in time, and I'll just talk about what the next steps would be. But typically within that, the content funnel, we're gonna get to the point where someone is gonna put their hand up and say, I am interested in your product, in the form of a lead magnet. So every business is going to have some form of lead magnets if they're doing things right. So a lead magnet, purely a way of you getting leads, and a lead is someone that has put their hand up in a not a literal sense, but they're going to basically say, I'm interested in your stuff. This could be someone who's said, I want to test drive a car, I want to try a sip of that pre-workout, I want to have a trial for this website, I want to get 10% off on some clothes. They basically said, I have some form of interest in what you are selling, and then we're going to nurture them. And nurturing is typically done via emails. It could be done by a newsletter sent out in the mail. Any way that you're going to further build on that relationship, and then we're going to have some form of selling at some point in that funnel, and they're going to come out the bottom, hopefully as a customer. Now, obviously, people can buy at any point within this funnel, but the idea is to, with the most efficiency as possible, bring people through. Now, that is a very, very high level view of what a sales funnel is, and there's going to be various different components within any business, but they all operate like that. And I would encourage you to think of any single business that exists in the world today. They all have these things. They all have these functions within them. So let's take I'm wearing Gymshark right now. So Gymshark run advertisements that make people aware of them. That brings them into their world. That brings them to the top of their sales funnel. And then through their social media, through things like their marketing schemes, they're going to essentially get people to probably sign up to their website. Maybe get a discount. Maybe they get some insider stuff. Maybe they... I don't know, maybe they like some giveaways they're doing, whatever it is. They're going to get their information. Then Gymshark are going to message them on emails for the potential of a sale. And then someone's going to end up buying some gym kit. And they're going to repeat that process ad infinitum. That's how it works. And when we think of it like that, you go, oh yeah, I'm in Gymshark sales funnel. When you go and get a car, maybe it's BMW. I always talk about BMW. I like BMW. Even though I don't drive one, I like them. So they'll do it where... advertisements, they'll do a lead magnet where someone will test, like you'll do a test drive, then you're in their funnel, and they're gonna talk to you until it's time to maybe buy a car. Okay, maybe it's coaching. Now coaching's super simple, where you see a coach that you like on social media, you follow them, you end up downloading something they're giving to you for free. They're gonna put you in their emails, they're gonna message you, and eventually at some point you might sign up for coaching with them if the fit was right. That's a sales funnel. Super simple. Now, a lot of people are doing areas of this, but in order to give us the best possible chance of bringing people through our business and to convert them into a paying client, we probably want to get all these aspects in place. So anyone listening, I hope that kind of conceptualizes this. I do go into this in much greater depth on the Strom Coaching Academy and obviously with my one-to-one mentees. If you want to get any more details, I'll put information at the end how you can sign up to the academy. And I'm actually just relaunching this at the moment with a much greater depth on the lead generation, which this falls into. So that's kind of the high level view of a sales funnel. The next bit is a content funnel, which is basically, imagine we just zoomed in on the content area of the sales funnel, and we essentially wanted a couple of different things. And I'll be honest with you, anyone who's a coach who's watching this, listening to this, this is probably where you want to spend some time. Before you even think about lead magnets, before you want to think about nurturing your clientele, before you want to think about ads, retargeting, followers, sort of email automations, this is what you want to get first. Okay, and ultimately, when we're thinking about a content sales funnel, if we were to think about, we've got our high level stuff, which is generally our opinions, our thoughts, anything that's going to get me to understand the person, what they are, who they are, what they stand for, what they do, at a very high level. So you end up following them. That's the top of the funnel. What's going to attract me to that person. Then as we kind of come down the sales funnel, we've got what we would call, easy for me to say, we've got what we would call middle of funnel content, which essentially someone's in the funnel. Now we need to kind of warm them up to generate know, like, and trust. They know us, they like us, and they trust us. And we do that in two general manners. We show authority within educational content, within content that shows we're good at our job. We're talking directly to our niche. And then the other side of that is going to be connection. So people are buying into us. We're demonstrating what we would call personal brand. Personal brand being quite simply who we are offline. We're showing that online. Showing people we're a person. And for those of you that are like, why do I need to show that? Of which I used to be that person. We do want to think that people buy off people. Like, imagine most of the people that you bought off, if you had a coach before, a mentor before, maybe you like certain influencers, you like them, and then you probably end up buying them. I'll take Chris Williamson, for example. Chris Williamson, Modern Wisdom Podcast. I really like Chris Williamson. He seems like I know him. That's what I mean by personal brand. I feel like I know the guy. Right? I listen to his podcast, really like his podcast. I think he seems like a great dude. And because of that, when he advertises a product, I am more likely to buy that product because I resonate with him. So he has advertised these nomadic backpacks. I've got one. I've got the backpack, I've got the travel case, and I've got the big carry-on, so the whole travel case. I've probably spent £1,000 on luggage based on his recommendations. And you know what? It's great, but I wouldn't have bought that without his recommendation. And I'm sure there's other equally as good travel cases, but I bought that on his recommendation. The same reason I bought a Ninja coffee machine is off a recommendation from someone that I like. So therefore, personal brand is massive. We need to incorporate that within our content funnel. So make sure we've got that. So we've got top of funnel, opinion-based, value-based, entertainment-based. It's going to bring people through. You've got the authority, and then you've got the connection-based content, where you're again showing relatability and experience and expertise and all that sort of stuff. And then we're going to bring people down to the bottom of the funnel, where we're going to have more content that's going to either encourage them to buy, encourage them to take the next step into what I'll talk about in a second. So you've got your social proof. So social proof just being transformations, testimonials, things like that, was showing you that you're good at your job. Essentially, I get results with people like your niche. That is the goal there. We've got pain point content to show I'm the one that fixes your problem. So this is something I've spoken about a lot. What I do with all my mentees is understand what your clientele's pain points are, so they're going to buy. People buy to alleviate pain in any realm of life. People buy Gymshark because they want to look cool in the gym. People buy a car because they want to go somewhere, but they also want to look a certain way. People get coaching because they want to not just look good. That's a surface level problem, if you will. But they want to feel more confident. They want to feel healthy, have self-esteem, have status, all those things, right? And if we understand what our clientele's problem is, we can solve that pain point within our messaging and within our coaching. So we'll do it there. And the other thing is CTA, so calls to actions. And this is where we say, oh, do you want to sign up to coaching? Or we can just drag them down to the next phase in the funnel, which is the lead magnet bit I mentioned earlier. A call to action for lead magnet. Download this thing and sign up to my newsletter. So that's the kind of the higher level ideas for the content funnel. So why is any of this important? It just makes it much, much, much easier for you to sign up clients. Ultimately, that's the goal here. If you're signing up clients, then you're winning. That's the job. That's the job done, right? And this entire process is going to make this much, much easier. And if we can systemize these processes, we have a clear understanding of what our sales funnel looks like. We're doing all these bits. We haven't got any gaps in the business. Ultimately, you can have a very successful business without these things, but it's much harder. If you've got everything there, brilliant. Think about training, right? You could have phenomenal training program, nutrition on point, supplementation on point, activity. If you're sleeping 1 hour a night, you're like, yeah, is that good enough? Not really, no. Everything else is going to be much, much harder. And this is kind of the same within a funnel. You can have a bit missing. You can still achieve progress, but it's going to be a bit harder than it needs to be. So why do it? So guys, go away and just have a little think about where you are within your business. Do you have all these elements available? Do you have a structure laid out? Because if you don't, this is something I would strongly encourage you to do so. Now, as I mentioned, this is something I do help people with mentoring and within the academy. So I'll put a link below for the academy. This is my academy I created to basically help develop better coaches, both for an understanding of how to build your business and to deliver better coaching. This is it, and this is with $50 a month going to $60 maybe by the time you've heard this. So if it's not 60 just yet, get on it. And I guarantee this will, some of the reviews I've had is going to be better than a 10K business mentorship for $50 or $60 per month. Super, super good value, and I'm really, really proud of this. I've got hundreds of people in there at the moment, and I'd love for you guys to come on board as well. Also, like to give a shout out to my sponsors, Strom Sports Nutrition for the best supplements going, Thoroughbred Labs for peptides, PHYSIQUE Collective, which is our academy, which has just moved over to school as well. This is the best PD resource, educational resource on the internet. And this is where Joe, my business partner, and I educate people on how to best understand, take PDs along with training and nutritional information. So for any upcoming coaches, you're going to learn a ton here, which is going to be way above anything that you learn on ChatGPT or any nonsense like that. Codes are all going to be below if you want to check those guys out. But thank you for listening. Thank you for watching this one, guys. In future videos, I'm going to go over obviously some more business stuff for you guys and make sure that you are crushing it. That's the goal. So if there's anything you'd like me to cover in future videos, please let me know. And if you like this, please make sure that you do subscribe to the channel. It means an awful lot, allows me to keep doing this and giving away as much value for free as possible. So hopefully see you guys in the next one.